This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Owusu yamamunyira kwa ba mfabra Boadu TV so. Na Dr. Samiaye echese ohwe MPP fo ade o mabaye Ghana emunya kra se sama o mabanwan biem. Enu na solo kire se Cecilia Dapaah so mo hwehwe ni nsem no mu. Yes. Na won say Solomon natural kra de akose ba omia pickers bi odma MPP fo mo de campaign no. You conhwem. Penyefo nhwem wonte tena hoye. Yenkutie nsemo makade afa MPP aban abotwem kona na dran kwakufa do aban. Ne se no mesi aye mpoto.
Oh masem.
Sir.
Masem.
Hey.
Bonko crowd.
Oh la they are saying na make.
Bonko crowd.
A teacher for once who so bonko crowd.
Teacher break.
So na me feel say a 100 year. I was said they have to do more. Minimum the Cynthia all of a sudden. Press conferences are not Attorney General, you know. Wajai. Nebuapa. Fact, or they Cabinet Dubois. The Cabinet Dubois. You see, for you to win the battle as Attorney General against propaganda, you must be ahead of the game. Carry the people along. Exactly, because we are sana media spaces, you know. Oh, every day be out to office. Ye betra ni ejaigu vremo mu a answer na oba be you no e be che ma di ga be kan one side of the story odo be kan dia ni die ni mu ha obi ehu enti Cabinet Dubois ji say boy o free one a good old professor Amia Kofi and Solomon Owusu ye ko fast trainer fawi sikana ko di ubotum so okay o free one o sa dum ye e boy green tie ebeyi National Service Day and Roman Penise and Chekrombeko na di ba ku bi emesi wo menim se e for
about 3 ana
about 3 ba man
sibe and obo nyako no obo gift
ba man ti Yusuf or hwemu bio won hwemu bio
former
executive
former sports minister
won hwemu bio onu kra die 13 for all Africa Games no kra de twam nsunu Yom come no watch here almost say 15 million.
Or can there aye crado.
That's
all we because also somewhere airtight evidence. And you know one way now ujija kwan no be sleeping through our onion. So was it
Hanan DNA.
I'm going to talk canning so we see
yeah cat tearful. Your case is good anymore. Asabla ya kabato. Hanan ye so mo say o ne le yere de za de no mo ko mo no mo yere no mo
because no kwa nansi ya no mo peke no meboa enti no bi afi na o mo put it together your friends that's why you say personal communicator o say o mo pese o munya airtight evidence o pese o chiro say nya de so mo ti say be dasi abrawa no ma afa o mo
e dey say no say
de be ya china be for the optics yankase ya Chibengazi ya chiwe ya de ne court o de ne court na ko fan same two bi obe ko na ya ko bo from
but I don't interest so be court na say only for e be force and they say nye justice you what I say and this was airtight
and almost who abeg Bengazi so nkofo ni bi and am no mu pen this in pen form anajo pani esremo with the anymore. President is an man the emfa.
Madam, who be there by some running?
Sepa say, will be Katsemako who are beginning to or reference a friend is saying cry. General Secretary.
And I said, be a man for
General neck presser.
I will say, go for categories. The General Secretary, only the Chief Executive of the party, say, and go for be a Daromo. Abe for more party no obodi obo jisigalo ejiro
abi avent asemo radio me say confo di problems mo
o dia wo asemo yi wuni tira na be devil's advocate aje na me to pato boys yi
confo di problems
obo ti office ana omadala obo Supreme Court High Court okwa obo check case also we ehu ya also we ehu
e do ni abankose ba de ndie ye mu bibi
also no uti ka se be cold ma na de bo afufa why we ya be
timing no ye wrong
very wrong
timing no ye wrong
so why we e betu ha e betu ha abusu obo so oba de na do la omo oji wo anya kitwa o enti eno onhwe ko maye ohwe ni see ya ebeboa because you see Ghana for bebre do na with confidence in John Mahama mo so he has to be able to deliver the country so of failure all of us have failed ana me hu be democracy ne be ko bio esa say e be sa ye din say me pesa me candidate e ba be take over from the NDC abra ya say o man no esa e bebre so it will be the last wish say me bompa say o fail ti ehu bibia e ba be catch up say the be your be de o betu ho na mo na ama o man na ye de akwa anim hwe India ni EOCO 29 to $30 million mobilization ye kan ya engosi be bia say no say o se ba na ye tu ho na mo na poalogu de ne
poalogu o se omo ye re how do we call
12 million no?
Well, so no obi bisa about poalogu and then okase is it redesign or something?
No, I mean design. Mobilization.
The issue was
but there was okay. So nipa no can't completion. How many any crime net? No, say, Mr. President, how about the completion of the plan? And says, but was it ever started?
No.
I know. 12 million akodimua. Yen shase. But what did redesign? Yen yes can your tax na akodimu ne kan wasem no. Ti hono onhwe ehon so nyede emfa man no onyimra because e nyina esika what about 750 million yeah e kwa ya sign na no na obi me beautiful legacy yan hwem onyinji ses kan nyina e adwuma nya adwuma e sa sika no wo mo ebinim so ye sisi apartment wo ha ya spring up a ye betumi agibidi ai hostel sama university foi se ne be ya ye mo kan san kusi hostel fofo. So it's a very, very important thing.
But I like what Benghazi just said. Said, Obia discount because look at Benghazi more as young as they were from 2024 election. Yeah. Even they were students then, 2000 and even 2016 they were students. And how omodo omo politics mu dindindin what them chana se me kai that time na mu ye boom boom for nana no
2017
you get what it means sa enema na say oba time rotim say omo de passion na e ade no uba kra bia omo sika nso no mo aba no masepato me serew wo de my 2 minutes kra ye serew 2 minutes kra na samre no den krofo bi didia. Now what me didi ama samrantie e de omutri abewuram abeje de omaye nkrutu djuma nyina hwenu awie ska se me hu se bi mu defender ana me ya pa
abato no kranya me se de me Solomon eka no say I mean no can na me ne ya de but we also have to also say abanda no e de nkofo bi kogina court wo she area Ernest Thompson snitch case no ana na work court o share area Collins Dauda dia ana na work court over 200 million cedis timemu sika sankofo we no nyina o share area opuni no musika omo Ghana sika but attorney general foforo bai esan se wonum nyina ye NDC fo nyina no wa fane nolly prosecutor etwa wonum nyina afim at the very time case no edi almost about 8 years anka eka kakra mananka yakwa kudra judgment mo but oba ye dufuo kwabna dufuo no momba ni nyina eno mo bo YouTube Unibank ene sem ni sika omo ye yin ade nyina no attorney general e bae we twa sa case ni nyina mu enti ekwa akoye te se per your sika no e twa ko one side wo de sa ye o man na enye yi Sebi ankasa ankofo no wo court na wo chesi MPP fo a sebi yeso hono me diskai na anka wo nyina ne ye ya na ye hu se peripero sika ne twa bakwa koba ne say NDC fo binom ana sebe won se mo court de wonum nya atumi attorney general ne baaye no won sika kura sebe emu odu ese no mu chesi wo MPP fo emu de na mo jan wonum de ne de esan so mo ye mo members de mako mo wotumi ni ntino mako akotwam na mo hwe MPP for there. I mean, Ghanaians are watching. Okay. That is one of the mistakes, sir. President John Dramani Mahama Aya, floating voters are not going to be happy with him. Because they expect to say, Sanko for no still, Wabano, Obeji Yesika, Ediamaye. And in the capacity of saying, say, Ibinum for 60% embra, now one for 40%. No. Oko domi domu honman, Yamami for Nekani and say, Sadia na all you know, I'm war mine.
Okay.
Into Solomon and Canis, and the Amity say, I see you, I am not perpay or sick and child. I don't have a bore mine.
Isn't it legitimate? Say, Obi, Bina say, Oba, or say, on the end of 2 hours, but over statue before.
Pato, we say the devil lies in the details.
Okay.
Benghazi. We been here till the Metobe Bokakra. The attendant say is comparing apples to oranges. Miss Reno. Now.
And then America normal say 2024, Nipa 175 normal committee suicide. Now I'm say, oh, me Daniel Kopanse for my brother's life. Almost say 400 na attempting to how mo can make home. Until non cause say Mahama convention. Until now I'm say, oh, yeah. 175.
Oh yeah. Go for
Pato no credit say. A year na in 8 years. MPP 4 cases of blue court takesi ni now meant to be anyawo. Because now your political cases.
Okay.
Nan na so papa bi anim. It is out to force in the end. Okay say at 14 case no. The attorney general at the time. Ya chinu wo tape so catch witness a war lawyer say onko hospital non koje medical excuse duty and I say medical form medical report chere say oyare bi wani pa na yare
so copy fake
enti it was a fake medical report if such an attorney general is attorney general there no ntimi nkuchiri enti a o me yankwache wudu at the end of the day they see what to force case judges in the appeals court can say no we there asem we there eh would rather say me so be judges say oh no more MPP4 but no more NDC4 and I no more PNC4 but only say in the Dr. Esiama case Bank of Ghana case we also saw how that case started merely because the Bank of Ghana governor, Dr. Siama, criticized Dr. Baumia, Dr. Baumia propaganda against interoperability. No? The next day, ni a case as indeed, Oko the Attorney General's outfitter, Omo Directorate of Public Prosecution, DPP. Omo throw memo, command the then Attorney General go for them say no, sa case we die. And you know so bien. Enti ye toaso enyi. Because kwa do I dey born and say sika na yes what time nyina say sika ni na has been retrieved by the state at the time or there were processes in place for those money to be paid. Na aketua na sha ase a obutua. On what basis do you prosecute Nipa Etesa? And only a number 2. Unibank asem. Now say I want to do you know the Unibank case was almost the same as the Beige Capital case? 60%. It is more than what if the case was even won, the state would have recovered. And there was no guarantee that the state would have won because the evidence available at the time, just no, Bank of Ghana, any kind of reactor, the decision they took to collapse the bank was flawed and was wrong.
Man, no American.
Yes. Because
that means you haven't read the KPMG report. You haven't read if working KPMG report fully. Please.
What would have been the case? What is the case? Benghazi, if you know the
Benghazi.
Maybe I'll come back to
Unibank, any beach, all the other banks. We already know the history. Remember brief now.
Oh.
That the sense the then finance minister said Tepe. World Bank ne IMF be man signal say banks be ni collapse. He runs back to the President Mahama. Go and tell President Mahama that these are the things. So one kwanko so hono masia banks ni begu. President Mahama hurriedly pesika e the kokose banks ni. These owners took the money and did other things. You're telling me it's not criminal?
But why are you saying President Mahama and Pesca cost so much?
Yeah, because at that time, no, you're man penny.
So Bank of Ghana and so much. And
then they catch you, say. Because,
but who can
exactly.
Because I was who bitch them.
Yes.
Or Casanana, so when you're on KPMG report. So I felt you had some exclusive idea about
that. See, the way I'm
back to
there's a law. The Bank of Ghana will take any decision against bank, they must give them about 6 months. Unim say they didn't give them that 6 months. When the bank had written sufficient statements declaring the way and manner they will recapitalize the bank, and as I said, can I say, or mama's property they will pay. But before they could say Jack, no, let us know only because the ownership of that bank were NDC. It is on the basis of this platform. Ghana would have lost the case. Unibank crowd would have had the opportunity to sue Ghana. But our bank recapitalization, NIB, NIB are 8 years, or meant to be declared on unaudited accounts. You buy the 2 billion Ghana cedis right NIB. Menoka say first 6 months, we make a profit of 74 million. Economic money, what were you doing at the time? And that was it. So most of these cases were politically instigated cases, and not in papa in fact, in the opening trial, Jaja, no dear seminal, or core pension, new Jaja, but was say a seminal, or person shall see for and the next day near Yapamo Jaja, Yan transfer. For what reason? In fact, evidence are no opening lawyers more. I a friend exculpatory evidence. Yet the choir judge are striking it out. Evidence are the opposing party, which is the state, could not even contest. But we know some. Some of the evidence back court now one contest assembly. It is tendered in and as evidence. Me know the assembly. Nipa na me need the assembly. No me the evidence about one case evidence no cry anymore. But judge no are striking evidence out. So most of these cases were politically instigated cases. Are now memos. My Bank of Ghana, the natural say memos cry and the MPP cry by say case with the Nanya Sabian. In so be sorry, in so be any. What the SAR cases they compare this present regime. Asa Bengazi. Now do you say Yanko Twayeda and I already him koso. What betina konyasu in 8 years. National Service scandal no. I'm a folk who actually patch was this kind of beba. But Attorney General said Bengazi
article so
Sikano crowd o mama 1 GB. Everyone in the 1 GB. It's a minute they are doing so no. Or more my we are scared 9 years. But the point I want to make on this platform, they say President Mahama on ye katasumu mwasu obi ono di president the minister ko jina be because me $1 million a major policies or tia wapamono. You think this man will cover Bonia Obidi? No. Why? Honorable so anyone started prosecution against him. I may have an angle too. And other people no be defend you. If a man plucks feathers from a tortoise, what will he do when he lays hands on a fowl? Honorable Gazaran Crawford started prosecuting him. Other people are bringing the bush for. It is our seven and not change. Pato, before some call the president, I mean, Bengazi can, as I was saying, now dollar no, and your Bank of Ghana intervention about 20. Now, people find about 20 cities. Okay, some because I was because some candy said, I was so dollar about 20. Also, I better repeat the same 20 cities. Meanwhile, President Mahama buy, or the dollar not do 10. because of difficulty kakraba about 12 and no Bank of Ghana the omu way by not that 12 about 10 wa. Did you in 8 years and people for did you have any intervention to bring the dollar to 10 and I say over now so 8 years dollar about from that Vegas maybe so dollar about from that I buy be able transfer in 8 years dollar to me back
Governor Addison said, or per se better no bit him there about 10.
and that's other one man
Corner as a also Casoyan artificially.
Bank of Ghana mamekasa patu into the $1 and also na business is good even when you have solution to it. And 9 people for 3 more days. Look, Pato, the worst ever year you face in this country was in 2022. Inflation 54%, dollar do 17. Only the number of businesses are good. So, okay, say World Bank for the catcher say because of MPP's disastrous management of the economy, you know, over 850,000 people went down the poverty line. And so now you had a solution. You had a solution to bring the dollar down by 3 more daily bonity. You didn't do it. Now I bet na platform we so. Boss our Bank of Ghana governor it is bonabaso say.
And the latest Thursday night say 11.
Yes.
And they're buying 12 points 094
exactly
and selling it 12.
And gradually it is coming down. So so we have the solution. And then now President Mahama. No, that gold board CEO only gold board for us. Say in only 8 months, yet me a gold export on $6.3 billion. And no na aye abeye Ghana kejinemu. Niama mu ya dia eboye. What was your solution to the city stability? Okay, so go for program by Solomon Owusu friend gold for oil. Yet say ni no. Na Ghana boka 1.8 billion Ghana cedis. And you a party like that. Obetra TV so na o ba on samsa also the policy buy. Is this a policy?
And they chop.
How can you come ukoton gold a unim how is it ton? Oton boka. E ma country ni boka. No abetra e defend this assembly. What you say pato? Enti MPP for bibi maya. Ombesi yeso akomashe. My not present. Waka niam pi. Na me pese about 4 or 5 of them members so ke men kasa pi time ni nti. Solo unim say. Enye ye na di free SHS buy. In fact, the way man was implemented enye na di buy. But ye ni aban a ye di sika so pyra free SHS. 3.5 billion Ghana cedis. Omo de sa policy ba omo ti emphasis kan kwa rem. Pato, unu say ye na ye di sika e so pyra national health insurance. Ye buy na MPP for. Yes, ye the tabuno no MPP for the two so no.
I will pay 5 like you be on cafe.
I want to come back on.
Of course.
No problem. But you see ano ye na ye nam da.
So no kwaje for friend. Yes, am obey
Solo ohene ba.
What book yo?
Solo ohene ba ene papa ye dey. Ye na nyame adom. Ghana for to abamai. Pato, tabuno a MPP for the two national health insurance scheme so. Say sika ewo mu no. Omo de omo pay di preku instead of the down into no. Omo de tab no koto health insurance so. And the sika ekombia no mo je ya.
Watch it.
Nom de awasa obusrim. Ye de ye sa tab no.
Gold board what's about?
Yes. Ye sa tab no at the 9.5 billion Ghana cedi, the first ever national health insurance.
Be fast about it now.
Pato,
question be on what President said on gold board.
No problem. Mama can say
an answer to the question somebody
Pato,
asked.
Yeah, the 986 million National Assembly Common Fund. You multiply the National Assembly Common Fund by 3. And the amount. Yes, and they can. And people for the ultimate call 1 year. Now the National Assembly Common Fund no into your book.
Or some more say more the best 8 billion and 6 billion I could do.
Yeah, of course.
We speak 6 billion, 6.2 something.
It's 6.2. Yes.
And confirm counters
with this assembly so no sika also mo de impuntu djuma ya sa kire omo impuntu djuma kro mo fanya de. En fanya sa de be ya me no suna Ghana for ye bu akonta. Omo ka so no aban we buy no. Or the way my schools, or the way your hospital, or the way your way, or the way your way. That is how we develop the country. MPPD had no plan. And until 8 years in no, yeah, campaign and no TV for Monsanto. I don't provide it. Oh my neck at send a pro in a day. And I can go on and on. Free sanitary part and last 6 million. and omenyo sanitary pad pato ye tua ama MPP for say na go for we sika be no me dey adwuma because yan ko international bond market in program ko bobo sia pato 2017 by this time na bond be na AAD ahini mo kro mu ase the Franklin Templeton $2.25 billion we
first character
Pastor Mama no akan you say gradually 8 months yan ko international bond market so kakra eto kakra Ghana for 200 market yes aka we mu a Bengazi mu koma kɔgye na fo no awasa ne srem
o tena wa so na o sin na onya bi ni no
o say unia o better opposition si an ma so o ye kama pa man no ekoyi
oh bata ma o power no di banku 60 cities kotodwe 2 say banku kotodwe 1
sa asem o kere propaganda o ye o se okoto aduane 60 cities ya ma banku tu ni ama kotodwe 2 si ya ma isi an 80 cities ya ma kotodwe banku 2 kotodwe 1 pe so wa o te ase o ko market re ma me for se ne ma no ye ntutu mu ye tia na tie ti de tia na tia e dan na kotodwe mienu si abe ba ko oh ya wo betre TV so a na wa ma no mame kasa
mo se dollar ba
debi o se
juni sister na nka mitwa no san ka minya mo
o se mame o tie o se mame
dollar ba fo
tie pato mame kasa
ba kunu kura no so ate
pato mame kasa o se o chan kontompo sa osafo ayira o se mame fo na ka kire o se niama ne bo no de tia na tie ye dan ana niama na ye de tia ne mame
no dollar ba fo nti anke se no man ense se ye to say
pato unim the cost of 1 ton of iron ore Peter 9,300 and 7,000
enye no correct
obi a o si dan bia say 1 ton of iron ore cement abafo
okay
o te be kan say cooking oil abafo emumbo bafo kakaka they say ba bia ye ko no ye nu ye
okay
but say kraman si on penny kasa ya no nkasa akoko mede say Ghana for say baby aye ko no ye nu ya den kire say 1% MPP for ye dey e ba sa na Ghana for ye dey e ka it when that be say onya abotre
Brem.
Who's Samia ye? Meaning nyina in our student days politics ni debate ye nyina no. Edru baby a or the bibia broni friend intellectual dishonesty nenam. Say otumi twa entro ene ne krese. Look, metina hanoma kire wo say me last week I me buy ono amba. Me kire mu say enye say MPP for na ye pese dollar ni koduru hono. Pato akura ketu akura hu se ewie mamu na otumi ka se nsuo beto anansu nto meboa na me beto na me ma analysis say dollar no Euro Biden no mu fi so no nti Donald Trump buy no no nchese no nyoma yi no ena ma dollar na ho den e ba fom kakra Donald Trump wako Saudi Arabia wako Qatar ko UAE sikan ko de ko America back almost about 13 trillion China, only China and you're fine. Also businesses assembling iPhone in your mom, you were China, you know, and come China phone, you know. Also says canning, you know, Facebook and your mom ko India, ko you know. Says canning, you know, they should set the money back into the American economy. Sika estimated projected value, one more day back to the American, almost about 5 trillion. Because I'm only China for you. Trump is a businessman. Next year, World Cup, I'm telling you, say World Cup, we see a fan nyina obia ekọ World Cup ewa America, ekọ akọhwe. Inti Ghana for 1 to 2 nyoma year. I'm telling you, say, one kasa wo nyoma na wanye ye sisi ame na ka say 24-hour economy na wo kana nka ye bia ye wa rehye say nka production beko so, manufacturing beko so, nyoma betumi aye ye no on start. But then a bet me a cushion city no.
Cabinet we bill.
Then a bet me a cushion city no. Then a bet cushion city no. Then a bet cushion city no. I'm telling you all of this is it me who say we muna. Na me catch them madam for say insuo beto. And now wo pato wo ye doctor. Wo hwe the way I'm smoking ni ade na. Wo si man hwe ni here. Me lungs ni ade say I say wo doctor no pema sem. Aya school me no nyina we've gone to the university. We can make projections. Into sabi obi ehu say sa nyoma nyina sa na e ka kire mo say sidi to the one omo de enyoma ehshem e na kusin point na me kire ni say omo no omo de reserves ni bi ekoko se eyinim na IMF ti omo warning eti omo warning na ade na ne number 10 hono omo ka kire say by July cra cedi ne be ko be 3 dollar ne be to the cedi no e be 3 cedis me boa e bi ka 9 e bi ka 10 na president be ka say e bi hover around 10 to 12 me boa sisi abochi ene kura sika no businessmen ekwo so omo kwa ko pesca dia ye adwuma they don't get it. And we are telling you, said the way normal more settings in that down, munjai and concentrate on production. Mo 24-hour economy ni na mu bie njuma na enwema ekoswa e betumi akusi dollar no. I am not shocked. Say he couldn't touch on Galamsey. And the president in something he couldn't touch on Galamsey. Okay, can't send the brain and all that. People are disappointed in the president on the fact to say on one person some more in opposition. And the Professor Jampowe. You talk for more kind and almost a state of emergency no and to me so and so President Mahama said the way I'm Galamsey Econo they had to declare it. Oh, of course. In opposition days. In opposition days. In opposition days.
Okay, NDC for
okay, what the NDC for the NDC no show much.
No, President Mahama.
No show much. In any case, look, I am also telling you, okay, can't say me no more kobna edubu ayen WhatsApp na Solomon dia na sama ya na me mobo unim why na me ni nyina na ba abusua ba ye odienti sisi ode no akwa NDC fo oba na ka bi mo ana me tro na say we dia sisi ana me tro say sisi ano wonum san ko mo be ka bi ama ya die omo nye da o me ka ma NDC fo Pato, Dr. Samiaye, eka ye nyina me bisa no question pe. Ya maami a ofa Ghana ska said nam tamako. Omune na court ejelu no. Fasika 93 million Ghana cedis. Ohenfa. Mama pa ho eko chichichi MPP4. Obi a yebu na semo. Court na tena na sem so abu. Court ni si omo ko fa ma menembra. Na sika na odi ye na owi aye no. Omo fa no ntu fiase.
Aye be na edi na sem.
Oh, mama na sem ne dey some judgment aba.
Ye be.
Last year.
Na hwa na wa ba mu.
Ye ni wa.
What me akofa na.
No but you see na ba. That means it's not continue process.
Oh my God.
Ana ye ba, ye bia no, mo ba ese mo so mo scrap it, te se ne mo ye. One man na sabi o mo gina court. Sabi o mo di o ban ni sika. Anka sabi o mo hwe na anka mo toa cases no so man toa so. Said na mtamakulu. Sek wa hye. Nkofo stores a hye. Nso afa binom. Obabesia ya ma usika se kochema nkofo mu eyini ade nyina 93 million Ghana cedis wadi abai sama me no way nkofo sama me no brand so na madwene ke no for yata ho ne ye hu se papa yo se kan no etwa hatwa either than that o man na ye chichire no enye yi.
All right, Solo
lokre omlese Bengazi mono oma ye party na politics no will be bleak for them and that's one answer.
Oma
Party say
na my friends say
oh Pato Makasa esa on press conference na there anti enchekra chrono ketashe the last 8 years they are so rampant to okrowa when him say and the Maria Matisse Cecilia Dapaah CID for sa to on side afre oboso pa eboso a mesika na eyipudu
FBI so we hu hwe wo hu
FBI no me beche FBI de beche
FBI credible say FBI
what they try what they
FBI credible say
na da ba esi na da pasika no ma obi na o be try
no plan de
okay Cecilia Dapaah da de koko apai unya bi dia na no kura wo mle se ye ka se onko tigate makase ye tam sika 2 million cedis per edema abo alad for boys na kase adwuma mbetumi Mami kote gatemu wie a yakonya dollars pudio onempa erukra nye ko hu yo ono na se the house helps awia no to okobo omu kwadu na sem no aginsem ti NDC adi for mo so mo very important saa sikado na me pese owura Mahama kohwem na efa obi nsase a okogeba na ye di bi eye but you see Enra otan okwadua no yi for them to be able to run this country up to this stage among international market commendable. It means say asemo Akufo-Addo can say yeti sika so no it's true the elake say ye nhwe sika so yi so ti ase kakra na ye gigi no almost one ne ka wo de school feeding capitation district assembly common fund your friends NHI one ne ka nanso onkonko bo besia that is commendable na e balance no certificate work in year ye besra ban say sika bi on be international market no na ye de ba be di dwuma mo man ho ede ye ho atoy na me kra no aye ne say opa onto aso say ya ne yemfa sika wukuru wan di bia is as ye international na say sika de begu ye account me bra e na ye kire say yemfa bi nkotu amena wa chi ya da so si o so ya we say amena ye nkata so
that's so
na me catch say me kotu aban no for say mo nye mistake nkata sa amena no so da mo gope
cardinal sign
yeah omo fa me bo how not to govern a country now mo de
Oh, the best in some of my kind, you know, some of the books, my audit nature will be ending.
Hey, audit no.
Audit Solo into KPM Jindi.
KPM Jindi.
Unji Deloitte.
Deloitte some of
na report
so
Dabi.
Report.
Audit report on the National Cathedral. Unim why so pato. Abra unim sana me a PRO for National Cathedral. Abra na sami wo position. Oka kire me say omo ewo mo sister stations omo si me makwa akowia National Cathedral iron rods amidi si me die. Na omo ba mo betim mo ba ye settlement.
That's say we afro.
Assembly na no pre. Assembly na no pre. Aye na me ko dia iron rods.
It's begazi etoju say wa fa ho adi.
No, but me ko dia iron rods. Utwa something.
Oju say wa fa ho adi.
Nyame fie na no musi
na
kwa iron rods.
Akrofo fie
na appointment letter.
Oh yes, I was the PRO for National Cathedral.
And they were paying you.
Yes.
Now, when was appointment no ekowie da ben?
2023.
Na adwuma be na we
and then ujaya na
Oh Dabi, me patch say at the end of the day no.
When was the end of
Pato Busa said you better know ya no.
By National Cathedral. I feel a president commission for me. I don't think say Cecilia Owusu second guess or jump the gun. Forensic audit no. I feel
Hold
Na me anyasa me
asabi
national
funds
who would the
anyway, that's fine.
In situations where omukra yetu omuka kase ahamutua e David J kase omutua e more than that no cathedral for say David yentua sa ofa sa ba ku ya some year your America your friends wono kase be tua me mo no na cathedral for say yentua me mo David Ajay
na a flash avance for can different price
na
also can
price
when I was say
Abba cantonments down go renting car and rise into hundreds of thousands of dollars as of about bebre
but no president Sam mentioned for the continuation of projects about that no one way
very important
do okay.
And a
big push nana.
I don't know Bill how they call big push.
I said push is on the cry. You buy 809 million every. Project and I budget for or maybe President Akase.
No, no, so what you correct. controller and accountant ko Peace FM den no kan
putu
say sika no abanda da ne etua bi mo no buy na mo ma beto aso what is the issue in this one e diska o santra na no mo dia ya no mo dia say ko na dubu anya o woni mbi
of
course you people do not know what you people are doing to this nation who can try the
Ankoma share my mo say na me nua Bengazi ti esimu so efifra
mobile dem pa na maye mo kan
eti wo economy a wo ja Ghana
economy na eti say
economy
am de jam na eti say
23%.
Oh please mama yanko ho
Bengazi mama me wura ho papa
mama yanko ho no
wo ye me nua eye me yase wa mama
pa na maye that's what the Ghanaians are asking. What have you people done within 8 months? Then am I?
Yeah, bye. I shall say, boy. Free SHS Amujano in a bad state. If you are in Pomunti for Mankola, you're the first ever Sika Mo Dupai free SHS.
Social intervention, Monfaba, Copia, Motumodeba. You're the free SHS by Motuaso. And the child is the
it's no fee stress. It's no fee stress.
No fee stress, mate.
Solo, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia,
Pato, hold on. It's no fee stress, no. Many Bengals say
no fee stress.
So over 120,000 tertiary students are buying first years. Yet, your school fees are yes, and your scam. I know, and yes,
no.
Bengazi. Over TV, so I shall you.
Okay, you see, you know, say over 95% of Sikano. I hate Tomo with
Miaka program, 1 million for the program. National
for EOCO state power, MPP. EOCO state power at the target MPP for.
You see, the woman said, Emran no say Yajuma, Emran soon a Yajuma. Ade Bengazi by Swabe Canadian, Obiako Tatan. Maybe opposition. Bekamagin, Obia Betatan. There are no Casa or Ramamu Baumia, so or Casobiango Tatan. But Obi can be been as a name Rabbi Brandy friend and so you can't target like that. One Jana, yes, that me boy who say, and go for maybe him say, yeah, Pessi was over for mine, Sika Cromo, or Model fee. Because state latch be our home, Munsem. Maybe person prosecution, contempt, and coy. Per the last election, MBB almost 4 million a day. How many of the almost twice have and or buying Kukumu and a draws our conclusion? No, you can't do that. People must be responsible. You say, and Mebuna Quaco yet Zoom a year or more wish a class and come penny Fante comedy, Sally di Cow. Or we are not on Mampenny, a Mampenny Abedi, Mamudu, Banguia, Wako embrace guy, no say. Endorsing what the boy did.
That
was so sad. I thought that was indiscretion. Say, a branch here, what about you that can be Boku after to the four? You don't show it to the world, say, well, conquer the Okaka, say, Yanku or Mampeni, we are commanded, and now we embrace it. And I didn't tell now embrace it. Wood to me, has been accused, so I found my Nisika. I'll call EOCO ba. Oh, baya, come on, no man penias also abonabu. What I abedit what family say ya. What sort of impression are you creating in the minds of the people? What you say? Just obia bekwa ko disel so ababiaro o manamu.
All right. I'm ready to Bengazi.
Me de Emran say yeah, Juma to say me na penny.
Anu say when ya.
I'm saying na brain am just so much.
Na make say Emran be ye adwuma ma.
I don't know friend Debe Maria.
Black Maria.
Me de cry Mrs. Santa Maria.
How can Santa Maria?
Say Emran be ye adwuma obi e wo krom ha bia ni beje. Ba se be o Emran be ye adwuma wo binum so na enye adwuma wo binum so no. Eno na ye binum worry. Se be ye tina ye krom ha no. So for azoka ekoka se ye rafenyo market. Sanko beto no wo ba bi ono so for azoka ni gina anka ye be ko by election wo winiba.
Obama resign.
A police for no, and you say Obama resign.
Na
in that context, no. By me pacho me my uncle customer no ambe. Me nka say obi man onu so far zo ka betumi ama afenyo ma de. Opa tire san ko be ku no. Obi anya akura wo kroma ha o. Yetena kroma ha abai abemu wura Rich Hospital ko bonus. A police for anche no. Kevin Taylor no nyina di otumfo mpanimfo akuku da matem. One mo buy vice president fie na one mo protect no. Na so obi ko ka bi dia na makwa akofa no. Ibinum de ye de no mo jan no a. Na chese mra ni nya adwuma. Ye Ghana for hwehwe ne se mra ni nya adwuma wo obia so. Sabi one man sama ye kan Kevin Taylor dia ye kan o sempenufo odidi mpenufo bebre atem. Oba ha omoma no protection. E de ne kokofo court mu e ma sisi wasan so kwa abochire e toa na tem didi no so. So for Azoka, Obia Freno, Ralph, Obia Freno. But who should the way of Mubura, Reverend in Tim for your fear? I mean, no Cassan and Mammy, you know, every week be a Moko counseling. Your son crown want to mean debut. And Crammer, no Reverend in Tim for your mammy, and to mean that. Meno Cassa, Cecilia, Meno Casse, and Crammy, you know, or Maginino, counseling, and move him. I don't talk to me, wife. No more boy, one of my match. I mean, I'll buy you off what fresh on your 1 year anniversary crack. None the wife name miscarriage. Can you remember Moses above you one? Oh, and to son your man, you know, you're the teacher of my any year. Mimi Suron and say, and sure MPP for bar, your bayan, sir. Now Ghana for so better, say. Say, yes, sir, because one more witness say, and no more when you know, NDC for no be iron, yes, about police for uncle for more. By MPP for the near Quack for more. Ghana for show, Pato. Ghana for share. It is say, ye son and your Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Eka, no crap. Okay. And so see a man of course.
Is there any indication? A bit me move, I just said that is what.
Pato, Mr. Wu. Say opposition party for you. Me, I mean, you also know, so your opposition party.
But yeah, make us a debut.
What ya say, you be a bitch. Benghazi. Mene na nam kru. Ono hese de ba yo kan. Mene ne yo baby aye de. Hia.
O sakra ko police station aksa ko ye demonstration.
Ko ye demonstration police station ya che.
O cha men nye bone. We ye
demonstration.
Na Black Maria.
Maria no
the post ni bi kra.
How you
get
so wa yo ho anu.
Ba Kevin Taylor no de ja mo mo.
Na ewiase de.
Ralph no ko bu obi wo hospital wa no ka ho asem.
Pato ewiase de.
Ka ho asem.
Ewiase de.
Ka no asem.
Pato ewiase de. O ka asem a. Na refill.
Ralph no ko bu obi o
ka sa ya ti o ho. Wa wo se. Oh, wa je bone.
Now, brother, they don't know what to do. Can't believe that.
No, demonstration.
Will be at social media. Say, oh no, the Obi president. Now you're chatty. Now, who candidate or your former or flag bearer? Now, to now, what na a defend it. Now, so you know about me and vice president and Kobe Quatina baby. Anka Benede. E can't ask him. Kevin Taylor. Woman, but time be different name. Kevin Taylor. What was
oh, that be or no dimpen.
Why not say at you because we're dimpen? If I think
now, I brought you there.
Who are like you say?
I brought you there. I brought you there.
Pato.
I brought you there. No, yeah.
Mamin kasa.
Mamin tiwe. I brought you there. No, you moko fan.
Mamin kasa. Ghana Police Service. On a warm discretion. Me ko police training. Also, tia unko police training. It's Ghana Police Service say Obiaka Asemeti IGP a border on IGP no ni integrity ni image a o si enya no man because oye politician to wo kwan so be can be na we a politician does it give you a free license to insult everybody and now say to dent people's image the way Abronya does it. Even one MPP for crown a section of human penny.
How can I do a job for the bush?
Abronya, Kevin Taylor,
Mamma Casa. What is it? Oh, Mamma Casa.
Pato said this time never have we.
What I say?
Pato.
How do you know about Canoco?
No, Minya Susudia and Fanny.
80 minutes.
But my mimisa.
Yes.
In someone Abronya Kakayan. Oh, Becca.
Oh, sir, Abronya National Kaino. Offer a woo home. Eba na ewu won se ma na me ne nye say edu baby na okoye emotional dodo you go overboard. Eno no ye emotional.
But obi say anko beto afenyo makia. Anka ye be by election. But niema ben ye ma ye by election baby.
Obi wu a.
Anasa resign.
Ono ontu
ma
ma
chele kotu a.
Oba kire so be kunu. So for agoka de obi anu se ba na tuturu asema o ye number 1.
So for agoka ya chele so akun obi da. Wa betra platform we so ke kan sam wa enta so mu.
Tani odi ya ma.
Obi si obema obi resign.
Pato wa ubuga wa chema buga shane agoka de ye.
Oku chema buga.
Open tokwa obi anu wo kromo se papa ne de ba no ntokwa.
FPP for mu principle. You know what is right but you will not commit.
No, that be.
Yes, say yeah by election we be obi resign and say obi aye dempo.
Why boni afa no.
Why boni ayakoche no. Nipa yi
ebi anka
yes.
Pato in contest now doing say azoka or
investigation no my so me.
Na wa betra na wo defend the way your analysis say so far go nti yakwachi so far azoka.
Nti wo patch say resignation na oka ho ase.
Impossible. Impossible. Today na what say awoka no.
02